need that charger again.
Okay, is it?
I give it back to you. I'm at like 9%. I've had a day. Let me just tell you.
You've had a day?
Yeah.
It was an interesting day.
I've had like a week. Well, so we redid the back room, the laundry room at my house.
Uh-huh.
So Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I spent painting, like the trim, the walls, the ceiling, all that stuff.
Right.
And now it's my job to get all of my shit out of the back room and into the basement where the rest of my goods are.
Fun.
And so I have a gigantic tool chest back there. I was organizing it before I came here.
I see. Are you off today?
No. I did it. Got off work, ran home, started doing that. But it's like...
Biker's hours.
Now we're taking the tool chest downstairs, and I'm going to put all the stuff back in there, but the basement needs organized. So it's just another can of worms that it's like, whatever.
Never ending.
Whatever.
Trust me, I know.
I hate honey-do lists. I hate it. It drives me bonkers.
I don't mind a list.
I would just like a full day off where I can do what I want to do.
Welcome to the Movies with Chill podcast. I am your host, Chill. Today we'll be doing Heretic from 2024. Heretic is a psychological horror film written and directed by Scott Beck and Bryan Woods, based on real-life events and the lives of missionaries. Also, the filmmakers consulted with Latter-day Saint friends and ex-Mormons during the writing and production of this film. Starring Hugh Grant, Sophie Thatcher, Chloe East, and Topher Grace. When two Mormon missionaries arrive at Mr. Reed's house, the conversation on religion takes a turn into real stakes. Today, as always, I am joined by David and Lee. How you boys doing tonight?
What's up?
Oi, boys.
Oi, boys.
But first, recommendations of the week. Have you guys watched anything new this week?
No, I don't think I have, honestly. I haven't had time to. I was ranting before. I was painting all weekend, so I haven't had time to.
Have you guys finished? I don't think we ever talked about Severance. I mean, I know we had
Severance.
Oh, it's done, baby.
Yeah.
I love it.
It was so good.
That last episode was phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
It was one of the best episodes of TV I've ever watched. I love it.
Yeah. It was great.
I'm trying to get my buddy John to watch it, and he's very... I don't know.
Standoffish.
No, he just has like very specific taste. But he loves like Terry Gilliam, and I'm like, I mean, the show was originally supposed to be Terry Gilliam style,
Right.
And they just dialed it back for mainstream. And he watched the first episode, and he was like, I love the indie stuff. He was like, I hate the grief on the outside. And I said, but that's just a few episodes. It gets wild, you know? Like,
Yeah.
You're just learning the character. I was like, if you quit watching it, we're not friends anymore.
So, I don't know if I've talked about it on the show or not,
I got
but
to draw a line somewhere.
we had somebody that I'm related to watch the first episode, and then they said, that really boring show. And I was like, what? Boring?
That really
How
boring
is that?
show about The Office?
Yeah, about The Office. And I was like, no, it's not The Office.
Do they watch the Kardashians and stuff like that?
No. They watched Game of Thrones, and they binged it like 7 times. I was like, geez, all right, but you find Severance boring.
Severance is boring.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a thinker.
Yeah,
That's what I love about it. You have no idea what's going on.
No.
right. And there's so many questions. Lee brought up a really good one. What is it?
Do innies have a separate soul?
Oh, true. But
'Cause if
also,
so, that's what they're creating.
yeah.
Is souls.
Also in season 2, like, where's Rickon?
Yeah.
I need more Rickon in my life. I kind of just forgot about Rickon.
Yeah.
It's a bummer.
I love him.
I really hope-
Milchek is my
Phenomenal.
favorite character.
Yeah.
I love him.
Yeah. His whole dance routine was
Great.
it was great.
But like, I feel for him because I think he's lost. I think he's battling that inner what's right and what's wrong. Because I
Right.
think that he really does care for the any versions of everyone. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And then when he has to punish him, I think it bothers him. And
Yeah.
when he's not doing a good job, it bothers him because he wants to do a good job.
Yeah.
So he's for Lumen, but I don't know. I think he's starting to question himself. So I'm excited to see his character. But I can see him just straight up turning on them all.
Yeah.
Especially after they locked him in a room.
Yeah.
Whew. Get the band back together.
That scene was so awesome.
Yeah, it was.
F you, Mr. Milchek.
So I watched Wicked.
Oh, yeah. How was Wicked?
What'd you think?
You know, it was okay.
It was okay.
I'm interested. I want to see how Elphaba bridges the gap with the flying monkeys.
Right.
That's really the only thing I care about.
I don't know if they show that or not. They might. I don't know. I haven't watched a musical. I don't know though.
They got to tell me something because they were awful pissed at her.
Well, I know the very opening scene where it shows Dorothy
part
and all
two?
of them. No, for the first one, it goes up over the edge and there's Dorothy and the Tin Man. That is like the very end of Wicked. Like that's the very like end scene of Wicked. Like it's right around there.
Okay.
Wow.
And then you're watching everything that leads up to that.
Right.
Leads up to Dorothy dousing her.
Right.
So I don't know. What about her guards that aren't the monkeys? The It's we love the old one. That's what they're saying.
Really?
I didn't know that until I looked it up, but yeah, that's what they're saying.
Is that in the books too?
Yeah.
Interesting. No, we watched it
think,
Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah, I've watched it like 3 or 4 times. I thoroughly enjoy it.
It was all right. I just don't like Ariana Grande.
Yeah, but she
She
played.
did fine. I'm not saying she did a bad job.
Right.
I just don't like her.
Yeah, she played her perfect. That's how she is in the musical. Very like
I
too
get
much.
It. I get it.
She's too much.
Her singing is like fingernails on a chalkboard.
Really? I think she has a great voice.
Yeah.
When she gets to the higher registers,
Yeah.
I'm just like, no, just stop.
Elphaba,
Just stop.
that girl can sing.
Yeah, she can sing.
Yeah.
Craziness.
With an A.
Yeah, she's so good. Yeah.
She's got pipes. I gave her all. I thought her casting was absolutely perfect.
I love the inclusion of the animal, like, because in the books, that's how it is.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, that's so funny you brought that up because we were just talking to a friend on the back porch before I left because she had never seen Return to Oz
Yeah.
from '85. And Disney just announced that during their Halloween thing, they're going to have the Wheelers through the park. And I'm like, there's a TikTok. I'll have to show it to you. There's a TikTok of the Wheelers. And I'm like, and this is Disney Parks announced it.
Wow, that's
and
cool.
I'm like, that's freaking cool. Look at this. I know the viewers can't see it, but
Ooh,
Oh yeah.
nice.
yeah, it's going to be cool. And the Wheelers are terrifying from that movie.
All right.
Have you ever seen it?
No.
It's so scary. It is not. It's made by Disney. It's not a kid's movie. I'm sorry. It's not.
It's been a hot minute.
Might be for another time.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So we already talked.
It's good.
about it
It's
so
just weird.
Yeah. Speaking of weird, I watched Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Is that a cartoon?
It's an anime.
Shocker.
And
The name.
but it's like it's always regarded as one of the highest rated animes of all time.
Yeah.
And
Supposedly perfect.
yeah.
What?
26 go ahead.
No, you go.
So 26 episodes for the first run, and that this took place during the 90s. And apparently this show got, like, anime was really struggling in the 90s to find viewership, and then I guess Neon Genesis really took off, like
Yeah.
in the US.
I know
here.
exactly what you're talking about.
So kind of a funny thing though is that the last like 2 episodes take place all within somebody's head. Like that's how
That's
the
cool.
finale is.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's craziness. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And I guess fans of the show like hated it so much they sent death threats and stuff to the studio because they were so pissed about the ending.
So stupid.
So ambiguous. So the studio a couple years later put out a full-length movie called End of Evangelion, which is like a more concrete ending. And then apparently fans hated that ending so much too. And then there were so many, oh my God, you ruined the show, or whatever. I'm not saying that all fans of this series are like that, but I'm just saying there was enough
How do you
of them.
feel about it?
I understand the last 2 episodes, but it was kind of a letdown because it's like, oh, you're building to this, and then it's just
That, yeah.
all within this person's head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, and that would have been great for like an episode or 2. I felt like it kind of went on for too long when it's just, a couple episodes. Now, here's the crazy thing, though, is that after that movie, they released a redo of the series, okay? Newer movies. And so they're all like 2 hours some long. And so there's 4 of them. The first one, I was like, okay, they're literally just redoing the show, but they're updating the graphics, they're updating the fights and all that stuff. Cool. The second one, halfway through it, I was like, oh shit, you're like changing major stuff. like major stuff. And then the third one, they completely changed the ending. And then the fourth one is just kind of like the fan ending. You know what I mean? Which is not bad. I really liked it, but like, I don't know. I really liked the show as a whole, but
I don't know how I feel about like someone creating something and then people throwing a fit and then being like, okay, we'll change
if you
it.
watch the show, you'd understand. Because literally it's you're building all to one thing and then like the final.
Well, maybe we cover that after Attack on Titan.
We could.
Also, someone told me to watch, is it SOA or AOS or...
Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
SAO.
SAO?
SAO. Sword Art Online.
Have you watched that?
I have. I felt like the first season was good. The third season, it's like...
What about the second season?
The third season's good. So, like, I'm trying not to spoil too much, but, like, the first season's really cool because basically, like, all of these people get this brand new game. There's a VR helmet, like, you get with the purchase of this game. And, like, you put it on, and it's kind of like Ready Player One, where it's, like, a fully realized world.
Right.
But your consciousness is in the headset, and it's connected to this world, okay? And then everybody logs in. You know, it's Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 on release, like, opening night. Everybody's fucking getting on that thing.
Right.
And then the creator gets on and he's like, hey, he just says this thing, guys. The headset that you just put on, it's actually like an explosive device. And so if you die in the game, then you die in real life. So just as a heads up. And also you can't log out of the game until either A, somebody beats the entire game, or until you die. And so everybody outside of the game has no idea what's going on. And so there's like kind of that element to it, but mostly it all takes place in this world. The second and third seasons, they take place in different stuff. So like the first season was really good, but then I felt like after you leave that world and then you're doing like other worlds, you know what I'm saying? It was just kind of like, meh.
Yeah.
But not saying that they were terrible, but it wasn't as good as the first season for me.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah, it was really cool. Calvin's 5 minutes of anime for you. So
It's okay. I don't know why you didn't do that last night.
I know. Anyway, back to Heretic.
Ooh, Heretic.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So why did we pick
I don't
Heretic?
think there was I think there was we need a second movie.
Yeah.
And started rattling it off.
Somebody said The Substance or Heretic, and I
Yeah.
had seen Heretic, so I went with Heretic.
I hear The Substance is
I've seen it.
Phenomenal.
It's crazy. Yeah. It's crazy. So funny enough, I've seen Substance, but I hadn't watched Heretic.
Oh, nice.
So this was my first time watching it. So what about you guys? We were editing the fives, and then you talked about, oh yeah, I just went out and saw Heretic
Yeah.
that night
Yeah.
or whatever. So that was pretty funny. What about you, Lee?
The first time
you watched Heretic
was, I don't know, about 2 weeks ago on Max.
Okay, yeah. That's cool. So, Icebreaker this week, I said, hey, Chelsea, you want to pick the Icebreaker question? She said, yes. Is your favorite Hugh Grant movie?
Oh man.
Yeah?
I mean, I like Notting Hill.
Yeah?
I'm a rom-com type of guy, but I love Love Actually as well.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this one.
This one?
Yeah.
You're not going with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory?
No.
The new one with
Oh, you mean
Timothy
Wonka?
Wonka?
No.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, I liked it
It's
a lot
good.
actually. Yeah.
It was good. Yeah.
He was surprisingly a really good Oompa Loompa.
Yeah.
Surprisingly. I don't know. Hold on. Let's I'm going to cheat just a little bit here.
I was going to say Paddington too.
That is a
Does he play the bear?
really
What?
See the bear?
No.
No, that's too
that
bad.
is a very good movie.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
For another time.
Yeah.
Hold
very
on. I'm
specific
gonna
time.
cheat just real
Yep.
quick.
Yeah, I know. I was kind of going through and I was
I
like,
did like Dungeons and Dragons. He's in that.
yeah, that was good. Believe it or not, Dungeons and Dragons was actually a
I
solid
couldn't even get
movie.
through it.
Oh,
Really?
I loved it.
Yeah, it was
It was
fun.
so much fun.
Bridget Jones' Diary.
Oh, trash. I mean, it's alright. I guess whatever.
Don't let Chelsea hear you say that. She'll
He's
come
in
down.
Monty Python and the Meaning of Life.
Really?
Yeah, that one.
Glass Onion.
Glass Onion was good.
Ooh, Glass Onion was good. Glass Onion.
That's what I was trying to think. Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Oh, wasn't he the voice? There was someone that was the voice, the
house.
the house that like just said the time, and they got someone super famous to do it. I wonder if that was him.
Oh, I was just looking under.
Weird.
Yeah.
No, I don't see that one. I'm on the same.
Side note, do you own Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare?
I do.
Sweet.
I got through the first 5 minutes of that, and I was just watching it by myself, and I was like, can't watch this movie by myself, man. Like, this is a movie you got to have people with you to watch it, because I like from what I saw so far. I was like,
first 5 minutes was
pretty
good?
fun. Yeah,
I want to watch it.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant was in it. He's Philip.
2 weeks notice. See,
I'm still going. I think Love Actually. I think I like that one. That's what I'm going now.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Love Actually is trash.
I think it's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt was the hourly dong, where it just goes dong. That's all he says.
Dong.
But it says Joseph Levitt Gordon hourly dong.
Dong.
Which I think is freaking awesome.
That's how I want to do it. Just dong.
Dong.
Whole lot of dong.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's talk a little bit about the movie before we get into spoilers.
Okay.
Heretic has a runtime of 111 minutes. It premiered September 8th at Toronto International Film Festival of 2024. A wide release date of November 8th of 2024. Had a budget of $10 million and it grossed $59.1 million. Top box office for November of 24. Any guesses for you guys?
Wicked.
I don't remember.
Moana 2, Gladiator 2.
I've heard this list before.
Right?
Venom: The Last Dance.
Oh.
Red One, The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, The Wild Robot, Heretic, Smile 2, and Conclave.
Nice.
Yeah. I watched Conclave recently. That was
top notch.
Yeah. I loved that movie.
I want to watch it really bad.
Yeah. So facts about the movie without spoilers. Hugh Grant once stated in an interview, "I'm getting bored of playing obvious roles and being typecast." So writer and director Scott Beck and Bryan Woods saw this interview and wrote the character of Mr. Reed with Hugh as their top choice for the role.
Pause just real quick. Do you think that's why he played in Oompa Loompa?
Maybe.
Because that came out before this. So he's like, I'm done. I want to be in Wonka. I want to be in Oompa Loompa.
Right.
If I was Hugh Grant, I would focus solely on being villains.
Yeah, I can see that.
I hear he's kind of a douche in real life, so I think it fits.
Wouldn't be a stretch.
Yeah.
Persuading Hugh Grant to take on the role of Mr. Reed took about 4 months, with the actor emailing director Scott Beck and Bryan Woods back and forth with questions about the character. This film landed Hugh Grant his 7th Golden Globe nomination.
I'm too busy being an Oompa Loompa.
I can't be bothered.
Send me the script.
I can't be bothered.
So Sophie Thatcher and Chloe East were both raised Mormon and were able to give valuable insight into the religion when shooting the movie. Whoa. They are currently no longer practicing.
Shocker.
Imagine.
Directors Scott Beck and Bryan Woods spent 10 years developing this movie.
Wow.
One of the reasons this took so long was because of the meticulous amount of theological research that they wanted to do for it.
I mean, that's really what this movie's about.
For sure.
I've always said it's 90% dialogue, 10% craziness.
Yeah.
But his monologues are great.
So good.
Yeah, they're so good.
This movie was shot over a period of 1 month in Vancouver, and it was shot in chronological order, which I thought was
that's cool.
Pretty cool.
I think that I've always wondered how difficult that is to shoot. I've heard we're shooting the love scene very first, and you're meeting the actor. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I'm like, that is such a weird. I know it's like an icebreaker, but give some character development to him.
Right?
You know, like, good God.
If you're going to have the characters,
have a chemistry,
let them have their meeting scene, because there's always going to be a little bit of awkward when loving characters meet up. So, but yeah,
stupid.
Well,
craziness.
The love scene is the meat scene.
Mm-hmm.
You ever watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
Oh yeah.
Full penetration, crime. Full penetration, crime.
It's about the implication.
Yes.
That's right.
They never would because of the implication.
Any further details about the movie?
I do like that it cost $10 million to make.
Yeah.
And it only made about 60.
That's like A24, right?
Right, but
right there.
I would say that's profitable, right? Because they sure in the hell didn't advertise for this movie.
No.
I never saw anything for it.
Nope.
You
know, A24 has 3 movies coming out this year. 3 more movies coming out this year.
That's crazy.
And they have a subscription thing that you can get now, and it comes with tickets to those movies.
Really?
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
There was one.
I don't know if I've seen an A24 movie I haven't liked yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They only make bangers.
I just think they're very well thought out movies. They're not just accepting trash.
This this took them 10 years to make, so it's obviously another passion project.
Right.
So they just go around looking for directors that have a passion project.
Yeah.
And seeing how good it is, and then giving them a boatload of money to make their movie.
They didn't make The Front Room, did they, with Brandy? No. Do you know what movie I'm talking about? There's a movie called The Front Room, okay?
Hold on.
Chelsea and I were watching a movie. I can't tell you what it was, but they played the trailer for it. And it's basically, so Brandy marries like a white dude, and she's like 9 months pregnant, and the
I don't see it on their list.
white guy's mother comes to live with them, and it turns out that she's like some Confederate like soldier or whatever thing, and she's crippled, and Brandy has to help her around the house. And I legitimately thought that the movie was going to be a comedy because it looks so ridiculous.
It's on Max.
So ridiculous.
Have you seen Tuesday
No.
with Julia Louis-Dreyfus?
Uh-uh.
It's A24.
I lived it yesterday. I said I lived it yesterday.
Well, it's about her daughter is dying of cancer, and a parakeet shows up, and the parakeet is death.
Oh.
And it can shrink to be tiny, like it hides. Like
it is an A24 film.
It is? I didn't see it on their list. Anyways, she's talking to it, and she walks in. She's like, "Who are you talking to?" And she's like, "Please come out." And this parakeet comes out and become like adult human size.
What?
And he's like has this voice, and he was like, your daughter calms me for some reason.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You should say goodbye to your daughter." And it's about like that relationship.
Yeah.
It looks phenomenal.
Okay. My wife wasn't the biggest fan of, not Midsummer, but the one before that with the girl in the post.
Heredity?
Heredity, yeah.
Yeah, Hereditary. And
That's
then
a great horror movie.
then
I love that. That's one of my favorites.
It's
of all
so
time.
good.
It's one of my favorites of all time.
And then-
Everything Everywhere All at Once. I mean,
I love
was
that
them.
movie. Yeah. So what about, have you guys seen Lamb?
I know what you're
want
talking
to see
about.
it, but I have
Do
not seen
you?
it.
I haven't seen it yet either, but
Have you watched I Saw the TV Glow?
with
I don't know. I've seen lots of trailers for it, and I haven't watched it. No, Justice Smith is in
Justice
it.
Smith, yeah.
There's no one. And then Moonlight was them in 2016. That one
Moonlight's,
picture,
have
that
you
one
watched
picture of
that?
the year. It's great.
I actually, I was wanting to review
The
that.
Lighthouse.
Yeah.
Lady Bird. That was great.
That was good.
Uncut Gems is them. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, Ex Machina. They have
Ex Machina.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Probably the first A24 movie that I watched of theirs.
Yeah.
And
I
that
mean,
was solid.
I've never seen
Oscar.
Tragedy of Macbeth or Look Into My Eyes. It seems like it's like Criterion style, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wish that you could sign up and like get them on like Blu-ray. Like when they come out, you just get A24 movies.
That'd be cool.
Because I
Like
doubt
mail in
that I
DVDs.
I doubt that I wouldn't like them, you know?
Right.
Anyway,
This is a podcast.
I know.
We can't talk about
we can
this
talk
stuff.
about stuff. I'm sorry. So would
Heredity
you?
was good. I recommend it.
Yeah.
Edit that out, Golden.
Yeah. So would you recommend people watch Heretic? And if so, who would you recommend watch?
Yeah, I love this movie. I think anybody that's into horror / thriller / psychological type shows, this is
I want to say
really
it's
good.
thriller with a sprinkle of horror.
just a dash.
So
and,
that's-
and then once you
splash,
figure it
like-
out, it's not.
It's like the Long Island iced teas. It's just a splash of
Just
horror.
a splash of horror.
That's what I was trying to figure out too, because it's definitely like psychological, but I didn't know if it was more psychological horror or more psychological thriller.
I'd say thriller.
Yeah, I would too,
100%
but
say thriller.
going into it, I would think that
but
you'd
there
say
are no jump scares really
No.
in it. I mean, there's a couple of like, what's going on?
creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's nothing, like it always drives me crazy that people can watch certain movies and then they're like, I can't watch it, it's too scary. And I'm like, I just don't think that this is that scary.
No.
No.
I'm saying my wife, I love her, but
creepy.
she'll watch The Walking Dead
Mm-hmm.
and that's so gross and there are jump scares, and she's completely fine with it. But she cannot handle like American Horror Story at all.
Mm.
And I'm like,
That's crazy.
I know. I just think I'm like, come on. Like,
Amy loves American
I made her
Horror Story.
watch season 1 and she loved it. But
Yeah.
like this is like nothing. This is really psychological. Like
Yeah.
it is. He's a good villain in it, but like it's psychological. He's using words. you
Yeah.
know? He's
To tear people down.
Yeah,
and-
he's not attacking. There's no violence in it. You know
Well,
what I mean? Like a little bit, but
yeah.
nothing like
Just a splash.
just
Yeah.
a splat. Again,
just
a
a
sprinkle.
Yeah.
little tap to the head.
A little tappy tap.
Yeah,
I love tap.
So yes, you recommend, I recommend.
I'd recommend too.
All right, everybody go see this.
Go see it and watch it. It's on Max,
It's on
isn't
Max.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Rated R.
Yeah,
But-
rated R.
Yeah, but
Grow up.
Spoilers on your count, Lee.
Sorry, I'm on one.
3, 2, 1.
All right.
I'm gonna
But
need
first,
a refill.
You going to need a refill, Joe B?
You might as well just give me 2 of them.
get 2.
I got you, Hoss.
Thank you, buddy.
But first, trivia.
Trivia.
Whoop, whoop. Question 1. What do the walls and ceilings have lined within?
Metal.
That's correct.
10.
Question 2. What fast food do the girls not talk about?
Taco Bell.
That's also correct.
I'm giving poopies.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Taco Bell.
We don't
If
talk
about Taco Bell. We'd have to talk about Taco Bell.
We don't want to talk about that. I'm surprised it wasn't Taco John's, in my opinion. But
You don't like Taco John's?
dude, I get sick every single time.
Really?
Yeah, seriously. I don't know if it's the seasoning. Chelsea even brought me home whenever I had strep. She brought me home like a breakfast burrito. And she's like, there's no meat. There's just cheese.
Here's the deal. Taco Bell tacos.
Yeah.
But potato lays, and I always ask for extra seasoning on them. Oh, I
With
love
the cheese?
salt. I don't get it with the cheese. I get it with the house dressing. Have you ever had their house dressing?
Nope. All right. Put
Just
me on
next
something.
time, just say side of house dressing.
For Taco Bell or Taco John's?
Taco John's.
Taco John's.
It's I can't even describe what it is. It's like salsa ranch kind of.
Oh, all right.
But Thousand Island-y kind of. It's so good, dude.
Tangy.
Yeah, it's tangy. It's really good.
Well, anyway, every time I've had Taco John's, I've gotten food poisoning.
Really?
With meat, like, just, yeah. And then Chelsea brought me home like a
feel for
breakfast
you.
burrito, and I was like, oh, okay, because she loves those potato
I
lays.
wonder if it's like the oil or
That's what I'm
something
wondering
that they
too,
use.
because
Yeah.
even the breakfast burrito with no meat on it, I still had like terrible stomach problems.
There's
from then
something
on.
there that you're having some kind of reaction
issue
to.
too.
You got
Yeah.
it from the other Taco John's.
No, I mean, yeah, every Taco John's I've been to.
You haven't been to the South End Taco John's.
Yeah, he has because he works in the South End.
Oh, you do? Well, you don't stop there.
I don't.
He's like,
Well, it's because every time he goes there, it makes him sick. So
Yeah,
why would he
man,
risk
I
it?
would tear up a large potato lay right now.
Question
I'll
number
tell you what I
3.
could go for is some goddamn Mexi rolls.
Ooh, they got rid of them, though.
I know.
How can you get rid of, like, that was like the number one thing we got.
Right?
You started this shit. Oh, no.
Sorry,
it's
Colton.
turning into Sonic 3.
I know. Which I got 2 people that said, hey, I barely got through that, but it was funny.
I have yet to watch it. I didn't know it got out.
Yeah.
Came out Monday.
So, speaking of
That was a
which,
rough
question
one.
3 is,
It is
what
friggin' rough.
what is the date that this movie takes place?
Ooh, 95. I don't know.
11/8, which is also the date that the movie was
was
released. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So, like, the actual date? Mm-hmm. Dumb. Continue.
Question number 4. What was the name of the elder looking for the girls?
Topher Grace.
Holy shit. I don't Maggie.
It was a
Elder.
dude. It was Topher Grace's character.
Maggie. I don't know. I told you I'm not going to know the answers to this shit.
Elder Kennedy. And
Elder.
It
question.
was Topher Grace, wasn't it? Holy shit.
Yeah.
It had like 2 lines in the entire thing.
Chelsea didn't even know.
It didn't
She's like,
look like him.
I know.
He
It
looked
looks so
old.
craziness.
What was his big like movie he did?
Never
Spider-Man
had a
3?
Big movie.
No, he was in like a.
So there was a show that was about
He
the
had a part
70s.
in 2 of the Ocean's movies. Very
I'm
small.
thinking of like Girl
He played
Next Door
himself.
type movie. You remember the movie Girl Next Door?
I do, but he
I
wasn't in it.
think so.
not
Yeah,
him. That's
it
not
was
him.
like a '80s movie, and it was the title of it was a song from the '80s.
I know we're getting off, but I'm just super curious. Hold on.
Right.
real quick. What's he known for?
That '70s show.
Heretic.
That's terrible. That
Black-
he was
Black
in Interstellar.
Klansman.
I forgot he was in that.
In Black Klansman, In Good Company.
That he was getting Black Klansman. I haven't seen In Good Company. It's like Take Me Back Tonight or
Yep. Take Me Home Tonight.
Take Me Home Tonight. Yeah, that's the name of the
Predators.
movie. Yeah,
Predators.
that's it,
He
man.
played the little dude.
Oh, that's spoilers, bro.
Come on.
Come on.
You haven't seen that movie by now. You're not
grow
going to
up.
see it. It's 15
Oh,
years
I'm thinking
old.
no.
Oh,
I'm thinking Love, Death, and Robots. That's what I was thinking.
was he really?
He's in
Oh.
the one with the
That's-
refrigerator
yeah.
that has.
You're thinking of Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. Shut up.
That might be it. That's actually what I'm thinking of. That's totally it. I said like the Girl Next Door type movie. That's totally.
I thought
it.
he was talking about Take Me Home Tonight.
No, Win
No.
a Date with Ted Hamilton.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Anyway, question
I do not recommend that movie.
bonus question for the difficulty. Bonus question. Which 3 songs are referred to frequently in the movie?
I don't know.
He has a rant on it.
I know he
Yeah,
No,
because he
you-
plays them. I don't know.
plays them, but I can't think of the name of those.
Okay.
I have no clue.
So
And he does explain it. Yeah, you've heard it before because it's this melody stolen from this song, which was stolen from that song.
Jingle bells.
Fade Into You,
Mazzy Star
Creep,
by Radiohead.
I love that song.
and then The Air That I Breathe by the Hollies.
That's
I don't know
the
that
air
song.
that I breathe is not the Hollies. Can't be. I thought it was.
Oh, I was hoping that
Air
you would.
Supply.
Air Supply.
Is that the name of the
Listen,
song?
I
It
genuinely
is the
Love
Hollies, but I thought
Mazzy Star.
Yep,
I'm
the
just gonna
Hollies.
stop talking.
Anyway,
My face is getting tingly.
you should have another.
I
You
just
have to
realized
drive.
I haven't eaten since breakfast.
And you got to drive home.
I'll have my wife come get me. Don't you worry.
We got
So-
a movie to record anyway.
I don't
Yeah.
drink and drive.
let's get into the not so long form discussion.
All right, we're going to keep this short and sweet.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too.
3 parts. Beginning of the movie.
Two chicks.
2 chicks, Mormon
The
missionaries.
Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're doing their little spiel, running around the neighborhood.
And there's one that is like, she's done it in a newbie.
yeah,
right.
the newbie from Philly.
Right. So Sister Barnes is the one that has been doing it.
Right.
And I can't remember their names.
Sister Paxson.
No, it's, Paxton, but Sister Barnes is played by, who is it? She's like up and coming. Sophie Thatcher is Sister Barnes.
Yep.
And then Sister Paxton, this is her first outing. That's Chloe East.
She's
We're
talking
almost
about.
done. Yeah, we're almost done. We have one more. They're going to go see Mr. Reed, who they had run into at a grocery store.
Yep.
And he was like, please swing by and visit my wife and I.
Yeah.
And this is our address. They hadn't checked in or something, correct?
Yeah, they were supposed to call or something like that to let them know, hey, we're heading to our very last.
To Topher Grace.
Yeah.
And they don't do it. And
Right.
I don't know if there's like no service or if
So
there's something
no,
going
it's
on.
like. So I feel like they were about to do it, but whenever she pulled her phone out, there's a bunch of girls that are like, "Oh, hey, can we get a picture with you?" And they're like, "Oh, yeah, that's
when
fine."
they screw with them.
Yeah,
you
they
know,
messed with
assholes.
Yeah, pants the girl. And,
Yeah. So they go to Mr. Reed's house and they lock their bike up.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like that was really because they
Vital.
camera like focuses on them like chaining their
Mm-hmm.
bikes. They go to Mr. Reed and he answers the door and he seems like a completely normal.
And the weather goes drastically from sunny day to as soon as they pull up to the house,
it
and
is
the cloud starts
over. Yeah,
It
over
starts,
rolling
it
bad.
starts raining.
Yeah. So Hugh Grant, Mr. Reed, opens the door. He's like, my wife is baking a pie because we knew you guys were coming. Come on in, take a seat, and I'll go get. And,
And
she was like,
even before they go in,
they're
she's like,
we need to have the wife here. And he was like, yes, no problem. I'll go get her. Like, she's pulling the pie out of the oven.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
And they can smell the
blueberry pie.
The blueberry pie. They smell it cooking in the oven.
Yeah.
And so he was like, just come in. It's raining. I'll go get him. And he does. He like walks down a hallway and he comes back and he was like, it's almost done. You know, take a seat. And he's starting to talk to him.
Comes back with a tray with 2 drinks on it for him. And how close were you to saying those drinks are going to be drugged?
Well, one, if you go into this even looking at the poster, you're like, uh-oh. Like, you go into it knowing something's up.
Right.
I was going to be, like, pleasantly surprised if he wasn't.
yeah,
Because he even convinced me a couple times, like, I mean, maybe there's something more to it, right?
No.
No.
No, he wasn't.
But
selling
also,
anything
I do
was
want,
buying.
like, at this point in time, you don't know his intentions.
No.
Right.
You assume his intentions, but you don't,
We don't
know
know them.
his intentions. So they're like, really, we need the wife here.
Right. So
And he goes, okay. And he goes down a hallway and the door shuts. And I think it is Sophie, right? Sister Barnes down and sees
and
the
he takes their jackets into the other room to hang up.
Yeah, because they're wet.
Yeah. Oh, let me go dry these bad
Yeah.
boys off. And that's where they took the key.
Yeah, for the
And
bike
Sister
lock.
Barnes puts it in her pocket, and he
Yeah.
takes their jackets back to dry them off.
But she looks
quote
down
unquote.
at the table and sees the candle and it says blueberry pie.
pie.
And she's like, shit.
Yeah.
You can tell she's like, oh no. And so they get their cell phones out and there's no service. Mm-hmm. And then they go, even try to the front door, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's locked. And he keeps turning a timer on that keeps the lights on.
Yeah.
He's hit it like 1 or 2 times. And it's like a little
Like a
timer
timer.
on the wall. Yeah.
And even before he lets them in the house too, though, he's like, hey, I hope you guys don't mind, but I have metal lined within the walls of my house.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay.
He does give them like pretty much all the information up front.
Right off the bat.
That's why he's not a scary character. He's a super smart character.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to get out of this house. And he's like, oh, well, you can't.
You
They're
can't
like,
get
well,
out
what are
the
you
front
talking
door.
about?
It's on a timer.
It's on a timer.
I can't open that.
Follow me.
Till morning. You can go out the back though.
Yeah.
So follow me.
Yeah.
And this is where the intensity gets ratcheted up
100%.
when they get into the next room, and it looks like a damn church.
Yeah.
It looks like a straight up like pulpit.
I mean, he's a theologian. Like he knows his stuff.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Each room that they're going throughout this movie too, they're having theological debates on how he used to be a professor, he was trying to find God, and then, the further and further he dug into everything, he started finding all of these similarities between
So the similarities that he pops up, right, about
like Hindu and
but Christmas and December 25th.
Right.
And I've never looked it up. Is any of that like factual?
I'd say it is because they did a lot of research.
Right. So I'm just curious if anyone's ever looked it up to see if that is like a real thing. Because I know that historians say that Jesus wasn't born in December.
Yeah.
He was born in the summertime.
I thought it was
And
March. I thought it was sometime in the spring.
It could be. I'm just saying he wasn't born in December.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that they changed it to be with the solstice or where there's something.
the winter
Winter
solstice.
solstice.
Winter solstice. Yeah. They changed because
The pagan religions.
The pagan religions had the tree, and that's where they were like, let's combine everything.
Exactly.
And he's throwing all this at him.
Yeah.
is
Paxton's the one that keeps...
overwhelmed.
Yeah.
because she's the new girl. She doesn't know what to do. And you could tell actress does a great job of, he is wearing her down on a spiritual level completely. He's hitting her with everything. She's questioning everything.
And here's the deal. If you're not Church of Latter-day Saints, you question their intentions, right?
Yeah.
But then in this movie, you feel for them.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're young girls.
And trapped.
Trapped, but you also understand where he's coming from. So at this point in the movie, I was thinking, is he just trying to like shake him?
Yeah.
Damn it, wake up. You know what I mean? Like, what is this about? Is he going to do harm to him? Or is it like I just want them to understand, like,
Right.
you're following nonsense.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's what you're thinking in the movie at this point in time. Because he never shows like threatening behavior.
And
besides
Sister-
the door being locked.
Sister Barnes, even though when faced with like the door being locked and then kind of going down this creepy hallway to get to this altar room, she is being overly nice, like, oh yes, thanks, Mr. Reed. Yeah, I'm sorry if we're causing da-da-da-da. Sister Barnes is just kind of like, you can tell that she's just about had enough. And later on in the film, she starts telling the other girl, hey, you need to start challenging him on stuff because otherwise he's just going to walk all over us.
Yeah, she's a super smart character.
Yeah.
Dumb at the beginning, like you feel like that dumbness, but you can see her like click in to gear. And it's like she's almost kind of been in a situation, not so drastic, but like
she's in survival mode now.
An uh-oh situation,
Right.
you know?
On her toes.
On her toes, yeah. I don't think that either one of these girls are dumb.
No.
I just think they're dumber than him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Well, and they went into the situation trusting somebody that they didn't know.
So, yeah, he goes through all of this and says, this is December 25th, and this is Jesus, and this also happened,
Horus,
and
this
also rose from the dead and saved everyone and cleared everyone's sins. And don't you think that this is just controlling people? And don't you think that, you know, the belief in this kind of system is just to control the populace and to do all this? And he was like, do you still believe in God? He was like, if so, there's the belief door and the non-belief door. Choose, and there are two doors at the back of the
I
chapel.
love to the Monopoly like
Yes.
references and stuff like that, where he takes
Starts describing
the big three of Islam and Judaism and Christianity, and then he's like, "Yeah, this is
Then you've got-
the landlords."
and you got the
This is
Book of Mormon, the zany
Yeah.
Right.
spinoff.
right.
And not to get into any of that, what anyone believes
This,
in.
that, and the other.
But that kind of stuff has been around forever. And at this point in time, it comes down to faith, right?
Right.
And I think my struggle with it all is just there has to be something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like whether it's, I don't know what, if it's God, I don't know. There just has to be something. So this movie makes you think about all
Oh
that
yeah,
stuff.
100%. And it doesn't.
And not in a mean way.
It
really.
doesn't overtly pick on Mormons either. Like it
No.
literally,
Oh, not at all.
Every single religion going into this is being pulled into question for the most part.
Yeah.
And it's basically a trial of faith for our characters, and that's what he's trying to put them through. But he's also trying to
wake him up
I mean,
to
yeah.
what he thinks is the true religion.
Exactly.
Which he says he's discovered in all his searchings of all these religions. He did actually find the one true religion, unfortunately.
Right.
So,
in the
yeah.
prophet.
You were relating on it. There's two doors. There's a green door, and then there's a like blue door or whatever. Red. Yeah, I don't
And
know.
one is belief, and one is non-belief.
Faith and non-faith. He's like, so I guess it really just kind of depends on which one you want to believe in. This is what really, going down into it, one of the girls starts questioning Mr. Reed about everything. Like, hey, yeah, I think you're full of shit on
Because
this.
he's saying that one of them leads to outside.
Right.
And one of them does not, right?
doesn't.
And he's like, you guys
Oh.
saw the
Doesn't.
layout of my house. Yeah, he does. He said,
does
you
say it.
saw that the
Yes,
layout of my
but
house.
you have to go down to get out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
But he
because
doesn't
they were
say
thinking,
either one of those doors
no.
are going out.
Right.
He's
but he
just
does say
saying-
you
Go
have
down.
to go down to go
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
but he doesn't say
And
neither of the doors.
It's
will
so
lead
funny.
to
I still
being
have
out,
images
or
in
both.
my head of where the doors go because I was like, where could they go? And in my head, I'm thinking they go down and like out and back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I still have those images in my head because you are sitting there imagining where the hell do these doors go?
Right.
And this scene lasts quite a while.
Yeah.
This whole conversation is, I would say, like
20 minutes long at least.
Like it's long. It's
Yeah.
It's a really long between them entering the house and them choosing doors.
It's
about an
30
hour
minutes.
in.
It's like 45. I would say 45 minutes
Yeah.
because they don't spend a long time down there. So yeah,
And from then on,
Well, they spend a little bit longer down there than you think.
maybe.
one of the girls goes over to the non-belief because she believes that that's what Mr. Reed wants. Sister Barnes is, you
Right.
know, and not Sister Barnes, but
Paxton.
Yeah. Well, Barnes says, "Oh yeah, let's just go through the non-faith because that's what he wants us to do." And then the other one's like,
No.
yeah, no, we're
sticking
doing
to
this."
my faith.
Yeah.
Brave.
Quote unquote admirable. You know,
Right.
like it's-
Brave.
yeah.
But also, Sister Paxton gets like a letter opener
Yeah.
or something like that, and she's able to slip it into her pocket.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, too, is that when they do go and they get their jackets, they notice that while Sister Paxton originally had the bike lock key in her pocket, it's now switched into Sister...
Barnes's pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she goes, shit. Like,
Yeah.
she's like, oh, crap. You know,
He
like,
went through our stuff.
Yeah.
So they go through
He's
the
so smart.
faith door, and they go down, and it's a dungeon.
Yeah.
Is basically what it is.
right.
And
it's straight up. I imagined what it looked like. And when they went down there, I was like, oh, it's like Dungeons and Dragons. Like, it's
Yeah.
a dungeon.
legit, yeah.
Yeah.
With like the
A
freaking
skylight that leaked.
yeah.
Wet walls. And
Yeah.
like, it's nasty down there.
Gross.
Every
And there's
men's
just a
room you've
table.
ever
There's a
been in.
table.
And a
That's
chair.
it. A table and a chair.
Everything's wet, like every men's room you've ever been
And
in.
there's some wind. It's like it's
There's shit all over
it's
the
like
floor
public
and-
park bathrooms.
Yeah.
I'm sure it smells like
It's
urinals.
it's the old bathroom down by Corby Pond that they had to tear down.
Right, but there are like basement windows that you can see, but they can't reach them.
No.
They're like probably 10 feet up, and they're like,
And covered with mesh.
they're
Yeah.
yelling though, like
Yeah.
for help. And then the
door-
old lady shows up, and she's like a decrepit old lady.
I don't think she was that old.
I mean, she looked like
She looked like
a
she-
witch.
She
and-
looked like
and-
she'd been through it, but I don't think she was that old.
I don't think so either, but
I think she had just been through it
been through it
quite
Yeah.
a bit. I
Yeah.
mean,
And
he's
she's-
killed her several times.
But initial thought is that it's just some decrepit old lady just because she's
But,
so hunched over
Just
and
real quick,
everything.
on the table there was a pie.
no, she brought the pie.
Did
in.
she
She brought
brings
the pie
Yeah,
out.
she
Okay.
opens up the door and she's carrying the pie,
And
in,
she sits
it
down.
and then she sits down and starts eating the pie.
And then dies,
And
quote
then
unquote, dies.
While Mr. Reed is over the intercom telling them, I gave
You're
her
going to see a miracle.
I gave her the pie, but I also gave her some belladonna and I gave her some.
Oh no, he's
nightshade.
he's telling the ingredients that were in the pie.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's your standard flour and blueberries, of course,
and, then
and
some belladonna and some nightshade.
yeah.
Yeah, and at this point in time, he's talking. The doorbell rings.
Yep.
Yeah.
And Topher Grace shows up. And they're screaming. He doesn't hear
Can't hear
anything.
nothing.
Yeah.
No.
And
They
you're
go up to the top of the stairs and they can see underneath.
Oh, that scene.
And they're trying to scream as soon as he goes out, but he
she's
shuts
pulling,
the inner door.
She's pulling like the rug.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's got the box of matches on it.
Yeah.
She's trying to get the matches. I don't know what they were going to do with matches down there. but
Create smoke.
yeah,
would be-
I guess that's
yeah.
what they were trying to make a
Yeah.
smoke signal to.
Yeah. This was well
So
thought.
Topher Grace shows up, asking
Topher Grace.
being Topher Grace, wanting to know where his missionaries are, and
Right.
they were supposed to come by here, and he goes, "No, haven't seen them. Don't know what you're talking about." And comes back up,
And you're thinking too at this point in time. I don't know about you guys, but I was thinking like, surely he's going to see the
bikes out
the
front.
bikes or something.
Yeah.
yeah.
the bikes
So,
gone.
They gone.
They're gone. So he goes to leave. Mr. Reed closes the door up, and he comes back and knocks on the door again, and he opens back up.
Well, he comes over. They have a conversation with Mr. Reed again. And when the girls go back downstairs trying to get the matches, they see that the decrepit old lady that had just died, her hand was in a different position than what it was.
And her face was turned.
Face was turned. But only Barnes saw that. Yeah. The other one, Paxton, was like, well, I don't think so.
No, she was dead.
She's dead. Same dead woman.
So Topher leaves, and here comes Reed down the stairs, right?
He comes in the room, then the doorbell rings again, and then that's when they're able to get the matches. And Topher Grace's character's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to give you this pamphlet. And you're like, damn it.
Being Topher Grace.
Stupid Mormons.
Right.
But they come up with the plan that, hey, when he comes down here, use this letter opener and attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
like, we got to do something, or we're dead.
Magic underwear, or...
Yeah, I mean, they straight up are thinking they're dead at this point in time. So we have to attack and go and get ourselves out of this situation.
And Paxton's like, he's on to me. He's watching me like a hawk. So it has to be you, Barnes, that as soon as I say magic underwear, then you need to stab him with this. And Barnes is like, no.
And don't
she's
stop.
Like, yeah. She's like, no, I can't do it. And she's like, no, you have to do this or
give it here,
we're dead. Well, she can't because she's the one being watched.
That's what I would have said.
That's
what I would have said to Paxton.
Oh, right.
Give it here, I'll do it.
I'll do it.
Turn this guy into Swiss cheese.
Yeah.
So they come back downstairs, and I don't remember how. Does the old lady get up and then move out, and then he comes back down? Because I know that
he comes down.
They get the matches, and they're trying to light it, and then he's like, "Oh, give it here," and then he lights the match, and he's going on his spiel.
And then the lady gets up.
Okay.
And then she comes over and gives her prophecy to the girl, but at the end she says, "It's fake. It's not real."
Yeah.
Right.
Or she says it's not real.
It's a simulation.
Yeah.
She said, I'm pretty sure she says it's a simulation.
It's not real.
None of this is real. It's all a simulation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it's all just a mind F at this point in time. Because you're like, what is going on?
Right.
I got to that point after Sister Barnes got to leave the room. That's when I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah.
What is going on here?
Yeah. They go to attack Reed.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, Paxton's confronting Reed and, basically putting him on the Bunsen burner, talking about how everything that he's said so far is just kind of BS and that...
parlor tricks.
Yeah. You're not as smart as you think you are, and it really pisses Mr. Reed off. And then she incorporates magic underwear, and then something happens, and you're thinking, oh, shit. Barnes actually stabbed Mr. Reed.
Nope.
Not so much.
Mr. Reed cuts her throat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Slashes
out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Just.
And you know what? This is where the movie
fell off the rails.
Well, no. It elevated for me personally because I'm thinking like, there's no way that Sister Barnes is going to be able to make it out of here. So I'm thinking the whole time like, oh yeah, Paxton's clearly the main character of this movie. You know what I'm saying? Because the camera's focused on her and her actions through all the way out through.
Right.
So now we're with Barnes and Reed, and I'm like, oh God, what's going to happen? So.
Right.
But then Reed takes the metal object out of her arm, right? Barnes's arm.
Yeah.
And says it's all a simulation. That's what this is.
Yeah.
Which is, again, as the audience, it's a mind F. Like, you're like, what is going on?
Right.
What the hell did he dig out of her arm?
And I don't if it was planted or if it was just I don't know.
Well, she said that it was
it's birth control
pill in the arm.
Yeah,
or it's
Norplan.
That's it. Yeah.
And so, not sure how he knew that, but whatever.
Maybe she had a receipt in her pocket.
Yeah, I don't know. Earlier on in the film too, because it is important, they're talking about life and death and stuff like that. The two girls are before Mr. Reed's house. One of them was talking about how if they were to die during their reincarnation talk with Mr. Reed, Barnes says that I'd like to think that if I was reincarnated, I'd show up as a butterfly and visit all the people that I loved in life.
Oh yeah.
So anyway,
and I'd land on the tip of their finger.
Yeah.
But she soon discovers,
right?
She soon discovers that the lady actually did die when she ate the pie. And a second lady came, hid the corpse, and replaced herself. Like she was the one that ate the pie.
So Reed is...
Because you never really see the lady's face that ate the pie.
No.
Yeah.
Reed is on one and he's like talking about, so what do you believe? And then that's when she unveils, oh, Barnes is actually pretty damn smart. And that's when...
Pretty observant.
Yeah.
I think you did this, then you did this, then you took our money, took our key and went out and moved our bikes because I noticed your hair was wet when you came back in and blah, 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 and I got you now.
Yeah. And then he's like, so, okay, if I did sneak a body in here, then where would the body come from? You know, there's no hidden
doors.
walls or
Yeah.
anything like that. So she notices that the water is going down underneath of the table.
Yeah.
So
It's
she
gotta go
moves it.
somewhere.
You know, there's a hidden hatch. Mm-hmm. He's like, okay, so then what's down there? He says, well, that's the answer for the true religion. So question is whether or not you're going to,
Go down there and find out.
yeah.
And that's
Or
what she
not.
does. And she goes down the ladder, and it's this maze of creepy rooms and leaky foundation and whatever. And then she gets to the final room, and this is where I'm like, okay, what the f- is going on?
Right.
He's got a room full of cages with people in them.
Women. Yeah.
And I'm assuming those are his prophets that he's using. He comes down and he starts talking to her. He's like, it's amazing what you can get people to do when you feed them only this much food and give them this much.
Yeah.
They'll do anything for you. And he's clipping the lady's nails, and then he just cuts her finger off.
Yeah.
Just to cut it off. I'm like, so you're insane,
Yeah.
obviously. And then I forgot what happened.
It comes all down to how religion controls people.
Yeah.
And he has switched the religion up and created his own religion.
Yeah.
And they are following him to a T.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter what he does to them.
Yep.
They will do what he says because control is everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Religion is control. That's the true religion.
Yeah,
Control.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And she says, I figured it out that I am here because this is where you want me to be because you are in control.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Right.
craziness. So yeah, we see a bunch of Grima worm tongues, and it's pretty great.
Yeah.
But yeah, Paxton stabs Reed with a letter opener again.
She does.
Right? And
Well,
then
he-
Reed stabs her as she's trying to escape.
She stabs the crap out of him with the letter opener.
Right.
And then she runs out. She stabs him in the neck.
Yeah.
She is able to get out through where he comes in. There's a hidden passageway. He came down, which is in the altar room.
Yeah.
She notices that there's a layout of the entire house on the table, and it's just this gigantic like wooden model maze
Yeah.
of the entire house, which I thought was really cool. And there's a really, like, I really love the shot too where she's running through and it's showing her running through the maze, and then she comes through like one of the doors and it's also appearing in the maze too. So yeah. It was great. Great shot.
Yeah, that shot was great. So they get an altercation.
She comes through a door or something, and then she turns around, and then, you know, it does the bing, where all the sound cuts out, and then she looks down, and she just got stabbed by Mr. Reed, and they're down in the dungeon again, and she's singing, or she's doing something. Or she's praying is what she's doing.
Yeah, she's praying.
She's dying and she's praying. And he's coming up to her because he's dying. And he's got his neck covered. And he's crawling up to her. And I think he's about to stab her or something with the knife like one more time. And then
Whack.
out of nowhere.
Old Paxton with the table leg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
The
was
nails sticking out of it.
right. Oh,
Old Kill Bill style.
And she's pale.
yeah.
Yeah. She's
And then
not
she
looking
just
so hot.
she drops immediately after that.
Yeah.
So last burst of life for her. Somehow
She
Barnes
escapes
is able
through
to run back up, look at the model, and then there's like a hidden thing on the model to where there's an escape hatch vent.
Which is where he went to get the bikes.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's no other way for him to be able to go out. So
Right.
she gets out, she starts running. It's like sunshine and rainbows and whatnot. And then she's smiling, and then for whatever reason she puts her finger out, and
It's
then,
like snowy.
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
and a butterfly lands on the tip of her finger, and then
We remember that's what she was going to be reincarnated as.
and then it quickly cuts to the sunshine is now gone. It's like a blue tint to everything,
Yeah.
and there's no longer a butterfly in her finger, and then the movie ends.
Yeah.
So
Did she die? Did she not die?
I think she
I
died.
think she died.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Yep.
Not trying to be pessimistic.
But I think that she ended his reign.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for all the ladies still in the cages down there.
You're right.
Well, somebody's going to find him.
Yeah. And
Eventually.
probably pretty soon too, because the girls are missing. They're going to initiate a hunt. And then since she is outside of the house, they're going to be like, maybe we can go look in this thing.
Take a look in there.
Right.
See what's going on.
All in all, it's a great movie, and it's a thinker.
It
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the music at the end credits is performed by Sophie Thatcher, who played Sister Barnes in the movie. It is a cover of the 1973 version of Knocking on Heaven's Door, set to the tune of Fade Into You by Mazzy Star. A nod to the fact that Creed by Radiohead is a 1992 rendition due to the melody of the 1974 song The Air That I Breathe by the Holidays, previously mentioned by Grant in the movie. That song is actually also a rendition coming from Albert Hammond's 1972 song of the same name, adding more to the theory of everything being different renditions of the same source material. So,
Cool.
yeah,
right.
craziness.
What do you think, Dave?
Do you have any final thoughts?
No, I think it is well shot, well acted, very well thought out.
Oh, yeah.
I don't
Very
think
well
that there are
planned out.
any details that have been left out.
Mm-hmm.
There's no like, I gotcha, like, oh, you missed
No
that.
big plot holes.
Yeah, they did a good job.
Yeah.
What about you?
A24 always does a really good job, I feel like, with their cinematography and like their color grading and stuff like that, especially with scenes where it's, oh, we're in a dungeon and it's drab and depressing, and then, you know, the shot with the butterfly, and obviously I already gushed about the scene with her running through the maze and then coming through the door at the same time, and
Yeah, that part was really good.
visual storytelling that this movie does with the background and stuff like that just adds to the emotions and creep factors of the setting. So,
Agreed.
I agree.
yeah. Lee?
Man, I don't have any complaints with this thing. It was compelling. It was interesting.
Yeah.
It's one of those things you got to pay attention. If you got a lot going on with this movie on, you're going to miss some stuff that's important.
Yeah.
It's highly detailed and wonderfully shot and told.
Yeah.
Again, I can't find much wrong with it.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys ready for ratings?
Yep.
Dave, you want to take over?
Sure.
Tell us our ratings.
So we have an S through F rating. S being can't find anything wrong with it. Rewatchability, kind of one of those perfect movies. We currently have 4. We have The Exorcist, Jaws, The Way, Way Back, and Elf. It's a wacky, right?
That's our lineup.
Yeah.
A movies are great movies, but maybe lacking something,
Right.
Just from a category. B's are very solid movies, maybe lacking a few things. C's are your average. I watch it, probably won't watch it again. D's are I watched it, and F is I regret watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So with this movie, I think I'm going to give it a B plus.
Wow. Okay.
And the only reason why I say that is because I don't really have the desire to rewatch it. Rewatchability is a problem with me with this movie. Maybe an A. I don't know. Because the acting is phenomenal. Everything that went into it is really good, but I probably won't ever watch it again.
Yeah.
It just won't be one of those that I'm like, ooh, I want to watch that movie. I'm going B plus.
Okay. For kind of the same reason, I'm probably going to give it like an A, though.
Yeah.
But
I think it deserves an A, but
Go
I
A
don't know.
minus.
Yeah. I'll go A minus. I will go A minus. I struggle a little bit. A minus.
A minus. All right.
What about
What-
you?
A. I think A.
Straight up A, huh?
Straight up A.
Yeah.
All right. Well, having watched it twice now, it does not have a lot of rewatchability.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. Everything else, though, is great.
Yeah.
I would still highly recommend to anybody that's never seen it to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after seeing it once, there's really not a whole lot to
It
see
takes
again.
everything out of it. The element of surprise is
Yeah,
gone.
yeah. So I give it just a straight B.
Straight B? Okay.
Straight B.
I got you.
So B plus.
Yeah, B plus, A minus, whatever you guys want to do.
I don't care.
I'd fight for an A minus.
All right. A minus.
I'll give you A minus.
All right. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Cool. Well,
right.
we'll see you on the next one then.
Bye.
Oi, oi.
Later.